Welcome to Chats by a Fire. This is the place where you can find information about your next family adventure, whether it's picnicking, camping, hiking, kayaking, paddleboarding, hunting, etc. This is your place to find out where to go. There's a lot of places that were closed for the winter and are now opening up, and so I want to update you on some of those places that are opening up so you can escape with your family and you can take advantage of those opportunities to make those memories. We're going to open up with Whiting Campground today. Whiting Campground is just east of the city of Mapleton, 3 miles up Maple Canyon. It's a secluded place. There's just some trails that go off from it. There's no other sites. There's no road that goes behind it. You can access the trailhead for Spanish Fork Peak from the back of the campsite. You can also ride horses, ride bikes on some of the trails. It's a pretty cool place. Just be careful on the trails if you're riding a bike or you're hiking so that you don't hurt each other. And it's got a lot of trees, a lot of shade. You need to check out my video from last year. I drove around in a golf cart with the camp host, Tammy, and we explored the campsites, and she gave us her spin on why certain campsites are better than others. She also gave us a really cool story about a bear. So if you watch that video, you can actually check out that story. It was pretty funny. To let you know some of my personal experiences with that campsite, one time we were in the evening just getting done with dinner and sitting down and relaxing. And my dog, my little dog, he was a Chihuahua, was sitting on someone's lap in a chair, and all of a sudden he started growling, and we just casually look over and he's growling at a deer that was about 10 feet from him. That was pretty cool. I've never seen a deer get that close in a campsite, especially to a dog, but he did. And then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, after that deer left, we heard another deer just galloping through the campsite. Sounded like a horse trotting. So if you want something close to town, you want to see nature, and you want some things to do for the whole family that's safe, go to Whiting. Check out that video. I've also got another one that's a drive-through tour that's going to be posted in the next few days. And so look forward to that one as well. The next place I want to take you to is a place called the Spanish Fork River Park. It's a park where you can do picnicking and day use and also do some primitive camping. And there's a few RV spots as well. Most of the park is free to the public. You go east on Highway 6 into Spanish Fork Canyon about 5 miles, and it's going to be on your right-hand side. There's a big old sign, and you just go down the hill into the park. And so I'm going to be having a tour drive-through of the park and a flyover. And there's a few primitive campsites across a bridge, and there's also a few RV spots. And I talked to the camp hosts. They're pretty nice. They actually opened up a little early. So that literally just opened up about a week ago. And so that's a brand new spot. If you're looking to take your family, that would be great. Be inexpensive, be easy to get to, and is near town if you need to get back. And so go check that out. The third spot that I am going to talk to you about is Diamond Fork Campground. And this is actually also up Spanish Fork Canyon, about 5 miles out of town. Instead of turning a right into the Spanish Fork River Park, you're going to turn left and go into Diamond Fork Canyon. And then you're going to ride that about 5 miles up the creek. And then you're going to see Diamond Fork Campground. And it's a really beautiful spot. They have 2 loops, Loop A and Loop B. Loop A is a little bit more in the woods. It's a really shaded spot. Beautiful. And then Loop B has some trees, but is a little bit more open. They're both right along the creek. And you have a little bit of privacy from your neighbors. There's also some primitive sites towards the back. I've got a video coming out that will show you both a flyover and a drive-through tour of those campsites, so you can check them out for yourself. But those just also opened up probably a couple weeks ago. They're closed only for walk-in during the winter. Another cool thing about this, if you are looking for something for your family to do, this has one of the coolest nature trails I've ever seen in my life, the Diamond Fork Discovery Trail. And it has all these little plaques and markers, animals and plants that are in the area and how to care for them and facts about them. And I did a hiking tour of them. So if you want to check that out, so you can see if it's something you want to do with your kids, even if you don't want to camp here right now, that is a really cool thing to check out. I actually used to take my Cub Scouts to learn about nature on that trail. Also, Diamond Fork Campground is located really close to some hiking trails. There's the Fifth Water Springs, which is closed right now, but keep your eyes open for more updates from me and from the Forest Department on when that will open. And that way you can visit that. It's a really popular destination, and it's literally about 3 miles away from this campsite. There's also another place across the road called Juan Roads that'll be opening up soon. It's got some primitive camping along the creek. Really pretty place. I'll update you on when that opens up. There's some group campsites that I also will be posting videos of that you can also camp with your larger groups. And those are open for reservation right now as well. So I highly recommend you taking advantage of Diamond Fork. Beautiful area, beautiful drive. Pretty soon you'll be able to enjoy the whole loop and go all the way through to Springville and check out things. A place that's often undiscovered by a lot of people, even locals, is Lincoln Beach. It's located on Utah Lake. I know some people have a tendency to think that the lake's scuzzy. It can get some algae blooms, but it's still a fun place to boat. It's a big area. And one of the things that's cool about Lincoln Beach is it's actually a free dock. So to get there, you're going to take 400 north out of Spanish Fork west. You're going to turn right as the road bends and then make a immediate left and then go all the way to the end of the road and make a right turn. And about a mile and a half in, you're going to see the park. Just go into the park, and it's got camping and it's got day use picnic areas. The pavilions are available to rent. They do cost some money, as well as the campsites cost some money. I will be taking video of this area as well pretty soon. And the cool thing is the boat launch area, it's one of the few places I know of that has a free boat launch, and everything in the park except for the campsites and except for the pavilions is actually free to the public. There's no reason not to go check it out with your family. It's a great spot, and it's a good place for them to cast in and try to get some bass and some catfish from the shore. One of the most prized things in all of Utah County is Bridalveil Falls. It is the ultimate waterfall in Provo Canyon, and it's easy to get to. And the cool thing is you don't have to hike in from Nunn Park anymore, because just last week they actually ended up opening the park, so you can just walk right through into the park and drive right up to the falls. All you have to do is cross a bridge and you're there on the viewing platform. And it's an amazing view. You can also, when weather permits, hike up to the falls. Use caution on that trail. There is a video that I've made that also takes you of a hiking tour up to the falls. And I love that waterfall. It's a great place to take your family. It's a great place to take photos. A lot of couples get engaged there. A lot of couples take their wedding photos there. And it's accessible to everyone, including people that use a wheelchair. And I highly recommend you take your family there and you explore other waterfalls in the area, such as Bridesmaids Falls. You also have Upper Falls. I've got videos that are coming out of those or have already been posted. And there's another one called Lost Creek Falls Trail. And there's a little waterfall, and you can literally stare across the highway at Bridalveil Falls from a high point. It is awesome. I love Provo Canyon. Whether you're driving, camping, fishing, hiking, just checking things out, it is a must-see destination for anyone coming into Utah. So for all you business people out there that are looking for a place to check out, not far from town, go check it out on your lunch break. I highly recommend it. There's a place in Pleasant Grove. There's a canyon called Battle Creek. It's got a cool history. We'll get into the history sometime in the future. You're going to take 200 south in Pleasant Grove, and that will take you up to the park if you head east. And there's a Kiwanis Park, and then there's a trail into the canyon. If you take the Kiwanis Park, that will take you on the G Trail hike. I recommend that if you just like to have a view of the valley and see the iconic G sign. Also, if you take the trail into the canyon, there is 5 to 7 waterfalls. I am currently working on documenting them. The first one is a major waterfall. People rappel down that waterfall. Another great place for couples and families to take photos. I highly recommend that hike. You may only stop at that first waterfall, but if you can get further into the canyon, I recommend it. It'll take you all the way to the base of Mount Timpanogos on the west side of the mountain. And you get a great view from there. And you get great sunsets. Everything's just good about that place. So go and check that out. In Spanish Fork, there is a reservoir. It's free to the public. It's just off of Highway 6 on Powerhouse Road. You're going to pass the golf course, and then you're going to make a left where the sign is for the Spanish Fork Gun Club, and you're going to go about 1.5 miles up the hill past the housing complex, and you're going to come into a park. The reservoir is going to be on your left. Campgrounds are going to be in front of you. Gun Club to the right. Great place. Great view of everything. There's the Escalante Cross just to the east. You can hike up there. There's Hidden Oaks, one of the toughest hikes in Utah County, and it's got these really cool steps. Highly recommend checking out the video of those things. Lookout Point gives you this high open view of the sunset every day of the year, and it's 3/4 mile. You can take your whole family easily. There's dirt biking trails that you can take in this area. Campsites, as we talked about, they're city run and they're fantastic. No trailers, but they're paved and they've got good tentable places with fire pits. There's a great group campsite. It has a volleyball net, and the reservoir is open all year round as long as there's no ice. You can fish there. During the summer, you can paddleboard, you can kayak, you can swim, you can build sandcastles. It's a fun time, and everything except for the campsites is free to the public. Spanish Fork is a great place to involve the whole family, and those that need low budget ideas, they have them. Just remember, don't get stuck there after dark. Last year, I was hiking. I got stuck there in the parking lot. Thought I was going to have to sleep overnight. Luckily, the camp host came and opened up the gate and let me out, and I escaped before having to sleep in. But make sure you get out after dark. They lock the gates and the park closes. The last place I'm going to take you to is Salem Pond. This is a natural pond in the city of Salem, which is just about 5 miles south of Spanish Fork. And if you drive through town, you cannot miss it. So I'm not even going to give you directions. Just go check it out. There's a couple of cool bridges. There's a nature walk that you can take with the kids that has information about plants and animal species and about how the wetlands work in our environment. You can swim, you can paddleboard, you can kayak, you can take paddle boats out there, you can feed the ducks, you can fish. I recommend going here in the spring. It's a good time to go. It gets a little hot in the summer and you get the algae blooms. But the cool thing is, no matter when you go, there are trees, there's shade. You can enjoy the beautiful picnic areas, and there's some pavilions you can rent for a fee from the city of Salem. The park is called Knoll Park if you're looking it up online. I'll provide a link in description to all these parks and all these campsites and videos that I have made so you can check them out for yourselves before you decide to go and explore. The biggest takeaway I have in this session is get out with your family. We've been all cooped up for a year, and now's the time to enjoy this beautiful weather and make memories. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a like would mean everything to me. And also please subscribe for future content. Give me some ideas of what you want to see, and we'll make sure that it happens. And we will catch you on the next video. Bye for now.